So Hansi Flick is going to be the new coach of FC Barcelona. The Euros and the Copa America is going to be starting very soon. Hansi Flick is going to be having all the time in the world to be analyzing the players, understanding the tactics that he is going to be implementing within the squad. He's also going to have time to create certain ideas. And of course, he's going to be analyzing the league, and most notably Real Madrid, a side that will be very, very powerful in the upcoming season. Barcelona have no other option but to improve and have great squad depth. Hansi Flick knows this. And most importantly, Hansi Flick wants to bring the physical strength back to this club. He wants his players to have stamina, composure, strong legs, win aerial duels. Alex Pintanel has stated this. Hansi Flick believes that this Barcelona team lacks physicality and wants to enhance that. He considers this aspect to be very crucial for his project. So when we talk about the midfield especially, players like Frenkie, Pedri, Gundogan, they need to be much stronger. Even the young players who are only 16 to 19 years old, like Lamine Yamal, Alejandro Balde, and Kubarsi, they must improve from a physical standpoint. They must be stronger. They must be faster. They need to be complete athletes. They cannot just rely on just their talents to take them to where they want to go to. I was reading a couple of studies according to the International Journal of Sports Medicine that indicated that the overall tempo of matches has increased because there is much more frequent transitions, higher pressing, there is much more reduced time on the ball. You have to think faster, act quicker. There's even data that shows teams now average fewer passes per possession and greater overall ball movement, which necessitates higher levels of fitness and physical readiness. So if you want to play at a high tempo and match the tempo of a certain game, you need to be physically ready for that. And if you don't, what do you think happens? You go through an injury. The British Journal of Sports Medicine also claimed that the rate of injuries, particularly muscle injuries, have increased, reflecting the greater physical demands placed on players. So this explains why Barcelona have been going through so many injuries. Hansi Flick went to this club, he saw the players and he's like, what the hell is this? Why do these players look like this? Why do they seem so weak and fragile? These players need to get stronger. And if you do not train to get stronger, you will not be able to compete at the highest level, nor even be available for the season that you are going to go to. So yes, let's be ambitious on winning titles, but damn it, like be ambitious on also being stronger. Dr. Mikel Llobet, somebody who works very closely to Barcelona, who specializes in the injuries, he did state something very interesting about how Barcelona do train. And this is what he said. If you prepare the footballer as an athlete, you put emphasis on the musculoskeletal structure. If you give more importance to training on the ball, you emphasize other aspects. I don't know if Barcelona prioritizes the ball over the physical now, but Barcelona's football philosophy is not based on the physical aspect. It is based on the technical aspect. This was introduced by Johan Cruyff. Football has evolved since then. Now it is more physical. Players run a lot more, and so physically they are more solidly prepared. Many spend more hours on the physical side than on the technical side. I think Barcelona are the way they are because they haven't been able to adapt to that. And then he also spoke about Pedri and claimed that the reason why Pedri is going through so many injuries is because he is a victim on this. And he stated, Pedri has had many injuries in the same place. There is something wrong with him. It's in how Pedri's muscle injuries have been treated from the first minute. Injury scar, and without time to properly regenerate, the tissue becomes weaker. This is what has happened because of the urgencies that the club has and the national team has. Barcelona are burning young players so fast. And so hopefully Hansi Flick can fix this and be very well aware that these players have a lot to go through in order to get physically better. Moving on from that, let's speak about Frenkie de Jong. Alex Pintanel has claimed that Hansi Flick does trust Frenkie de Jong completely. So it is quite clear that Frenkie de Jong will not be sold. Hansi does see him as a key player to play within the 4-2-3-1 system. And I'm going to be so excited to see how he does perform in this system, knowing that there is much more order and rules within the squad. And recently, Frenkie de Jong spoke about his future and also how he's going to be taken on this summer. This is what he stated. For my future, I want to stay in Barcelona. I am very happy here. Then he talked about the Euros and he stated, I am willing to take risk to play the Euros for my country. But the most important thing is that it won't become a chronic ankle injury. Right now, it doesn't look like this is the case, which is why I did not have surgery. Yes, it is my third injury to the same ankle this season, but there is no instability. It's just that the second time maybe I started playing too early and the injury was still in my head. Now, I'm not going to lie. This gets me very nervous because I don't want Frenkie to repeat a Pedri. Because Pedri 2 years ago thought that he could play everything. He said, okay, I do feel a little pain here on my ankle, a little bit on my hamstring, but it's going to be fine, right? I'm young, I'll get through this. And then Pedri out of nowhere got injured after that summer in the Euros of 2021. Frenkie is taking the exact same approach. I'm like, dude, like really? Like you just came back from having 2 or 3 injuries through the season and you're going to force yourself and even claim that you're going to be taking risk to play the Euros for your country? I'm letting you guys know right now that if Frenkie goes through another relapse through the summer is going to completely change the plans of Hansi Flick. And this also explains the reason why he wants Joshua Kimmich so bad, is because he is the direct replacement to Frenkie de Jong. If Frenkie cannot be there in the double pivot position, then it will be Kimmich and Gavi, or Kimmich and Christensen, or Kimmich and Kubarsi. You never know. Kimmich is going to be at Barcelona to prepare for the potential moments of Frenkie de Jong not being available. So hopefully nothing bad happens. I want Frenkie de Jong to be 100% healthy. I want him to be maximized. I want him to reach certain potentials that could have never been reached without the help of Hansi Flick. Let's see that. And hopefully everything goes well within the Euros, and I do wish him a lot of success with the Netherlands. Moving on from that, now let's speak about Joao Cancelo and Joao Felix, but we're going to be focusing on Cancelo most importantly. It says here, according to Fernando Polo, that Barcelona is working to keep both Joao Cancelo and Joao Felix for one more year. They want to do this through another loan without a mandatory option to buy. The players also do want to stay. We have sources coming from Germany also claiming that Hansi Flick wants to keep Cancelo. There has already been a scheduled meeting for them to find a solution. There are ideas to extend the loan for one more year. Now, Cancelo to me had an okay season. This season with Barcelona, he played 42 matches, so he was a huge protagonist, mainly because also Balde was not available. So he played 42 matches, scored 4 goals and provided 5 assists. That's very decent. It's solid, right? His best season though has been with City. Back in the 2021-2022 season, where he played 52 games, not 42, but 10 more than what we just saw, and also scored 3 goals and provided 10 assists for Man City back in 2022. Cancelo's time at Man City did not really last that long. He was at City for 3.5 seasons. And yes, he was greatly used by Pep Guardiola, but I believe that Pep Guardiola realized in the middle of the 2022-2023 season that Cancelo needed to be out in order for them to achieve the perfection, for Man City to go on and to win the treble. The moment Cancelo left and went to Bayern Munich, Pep Guardiola really added more emphasis on the 4 center back system. He believed that if Cancelo goes out and we just focus on these 4 center backs, we can achieve the perfection, to achieve everything, play well, score goals, and win titles. And they did that. Pep Guardiola perfected City once Cancelo got out of the picture. And so from there, he was loaned to Bayern, spent 6 months there, and then got loaned again to Barcelona, mainly because Guardiola realized that Cancelo has no reason to be at City. Cancelo does not give you the perfection. Now I know, right? In that treble winning season that City went through, Cancelo had amazing moments. Like for example, that cross that he made to Erling Haaland was world class. It was against Dortmund, by the way. So Cancelo is one hell of an attacker, but defensively, he makes so many errors. Pep Guardiola even said about 5 to 6 months ago, like, yes, when defenders go up there and they show their class on the ball by providing assists or great crosses or great key passes or dribbling through many players, that's great. Defenders can do that. But at the end of the day, defenders are defenders and they are there to defend, and they must defend well. Guardiola realized that, and that is why he does not want Cancelo at Man City, because yes, while he does bring insane attacking traits to the team, defensively, he is such a liability, and Cancelo brought that to Barcelona. Like yes, Cancelo scored 4 goals and provided 5 assists, but when Barcelona really needed Cancelo in those heated moments, he was not there. And that is exactly what Pep Guardiola did not want when Man City had to go through Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and other teams. When we saw Barcelona go up against PSG, he made 2 errors. He did not defend Dembélé in the back post. He left him completely wide open, and then he fouled Dembélé that gave PSG an easy penalty. And there was no reason for Cancelo to foul Dembélé, like at all. Like Dembélé was by himself. There was no reason to like cause panic or danger anywhere. And it gave PSG a very cheap penalty. And then against Real Madrid, he did not defend Lucas Vazquez when he was going down the right flank. He made Lucas Vazquez look like a prime Dembélé or a prime Messi. And I'm like really? Lucas Vazquez barely plays and you're gonna make him look like that? Like he easily went through Cancelo. Cancelo did not even touch him. And then he even let Lucas Vazquez score the equalizer that made it 2-2, and yet again did not defend the back post. Very similar to what he did against Dembélé. Cancelo was non-existent. I even remember in the last game between Barcelona and Sevilla, Cancelo made such a stupid mistake by back passing the ball or giving the ball to like one of the players of Sevilla, and then converted into a 1-versus-1 against the goalkeeper, which was Ter Stegen. So if Cancelo does continue, there's 2 things that I do want to see. I don't want him to be the main left back. And point number 2, I don't want Cancelo to be at Barcelona to hinder the progress of Balde. To me, Balde should be our main fullback, and on the left back position, he should take up 75% of the minutes. Yes, again, Cancelo does carry amazing attacking qualities, but I'm not interested because Balde can also do that. And under the guidance of Hansi Flick, Balde can become a monster. It was reported not too long ago that Hansi Flick believes he can turn Balde into a Alphonso Davies. And Balde is a player that you can mold and improve. Cancelo, not really, because he's 30 years old. What more can you do with a player at that age? Balde has to be the focus. And so yes, okay, fine. Cancelo stays for for one more year, but do not let that be the reason why Balde does not really progress in the upcoming season. Balde is our main focus, and Hansi Flick hopefully knows that. So that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.